welcome to the Cultured Bumpkin. The agenda today. I always forget that. I always forget to do that. Hello and welcome to the Cultured Bumpkin. This is, we're going to read some Emily Dickinson today. Okay. Emily Dickinson poetry. It says, barely published in her own lifetime, in death, Emily Dickinson achieved a posthumous fame unparalleled in American literary history. But for her sister Lavinia, it is doubtful that her poems would ever have been printed. However, when the first volume was published 4 years after her death, it met with stunning success, going through 11 editions in less than 2 years. So Emily Dickinson was born in Amherst, Massachusetts in 1830. And then she was a kind of a scientific, science nerd, if you will. She wasn't big on the Bible or church or that kind of thing, even though she was probably raised in it. But a lot of that shows up in her work. And then I guess she died in 1886. What would that have been? The age of, is that 56? Okay, so. There is another sky, ever serene and fair, and there is another sunshine, though it be darkness there. Never mind faded forests, Austin. Never mind silent fields. Here is a little forest whose leaf is ever green. Here is a brighter garden where not a frost has been. In its unfading flowers I hear the bright bee hum. Prithee, my brother, into my garden come. Awake, ye muses nine, sing me a strain divine. Unwind the solemn twine and tie my valentine. Oh, the earth was made for lovers, for damsel and hopeless swain, for sighing and gentle whispering, and unity made of twain. All things do go according in earth or sea or air. God hath made nothing single but thee in his world so fair. Oh, whoops. This is actually, there's more than one page. The bride and then the bridegroom, the two and then the one. Adam and Eve his consort, the moon and then the sun. The life doth prove the concept, who obey shall happy be. Who will not serve the sovereign, be hanged on fatal tree. The high do seek the lowly, the great do seek the small. None cannot find who seeketh on this terrestrial ball. The bee doth court the flower his suit receives, and they make merry wedding, whose guests are 100 leaves. The wind doth woo the branches they are one, and the father fond demandeth the maiden for his son. The storm doth walk the seashore humming a mournful tune. The eye with eye so pensive looketh to see the moon. Their spirits meet together, they make their solemn vows. No more he singeth mournful, her sadness she doth lose. The worm doth woo the mortal, death claims a living bride. Night unto day is married, morn unto eventide. Earth is a merry damsel, and heaven a knight so true. And earth is quite coquettish, and beseemeth in vain to sue. Now to the application, to the reading of the roll, to bringing thee to justice and marshalling thy soul. Thou art a human solo, a being cold and lone. Wilt have no kind companion, thou reapest what thou hast sown. Hast never silent hours and minutes all too long, and a deal of sad reflection and wailing instead of song. There's Sarah and Eliza and Emmeline so fair, and Harriet and Susan and she with curling hair. Thine eyes are sadly blinded, but yet thou mayest see 6 true and comely maidens sitting upon the tree. Approach that tree with caution, then up it boldly climb, and seize the one thou lovest, nor care for space or time. Then bear her to the greenwood, and build for her a bower, and give her what she asketh, jewel or bird or flower. And bring the fife and trumpet, and beat upon the drum, and bid the world good morrow, and go to glory home. She didn't have titles on her stuff, but yeah, Emily Dickinson. Thank you for all the... Oh, Vaccinator, you're so silly. Can you read it less sensually? You're turning chat. I don't know what you mean. Worst bedtime story. Well, if you're an uncultured swine, then yeah. Turkey. Oh, turkey in the house. Very cool. Aqua Gaming says, why is Jesus not helping me? He is, but you're not paying attention. All right. No, I'm just going to read it, William. I'm just going to read it how I read it, and you can take it however you like, or you can scroll on. Okay, so this one. Sic transit gloria mundi. How doth the busy bee, dum vivimus, I stay mine enemy. O vine vidi vici, O caput capapi, and O memento mori, when I am far from thee. Hurrah for Peter Parley, hurrah for Daniel Boone. 3 cheers, sir, for the gentleman who first observed the moon. Peter put up the sunshine. Patty arranged the stars. Tell Luna tea is waiting, and call your brother Mars. Put down the apple, Adam, and come away with me. So shalt thou have a pippin from off my father's tree. I climb the hill of science. I view the landscape o'er. Such transcendental prospect I ne'er beheld before. Kumar, what's going on, man? Daniel, this is poetry of Emily Dickinson. So in here, I just get on here and I read some kind of classic work of some kind. Sometimes poetry, sometimes a classic novel. Yesterday, read Ralph Waldo Emerson. Last night, read Moby Dick. And then a lot of the time, if I'm here, I'm just reading. If I'm in my studio, I'm recording it to make into an audiobook, which is what I'm doing with Moby Dick and Emma by Jane Austen right now. Unto the legislature my country bids me go. I'll take my India rubbers in case the wind should blow. During my education, it was announced to me that gravitation stopped. Oops. Mortality is fatal. Gentility is fine. Rascality, heroic, insolvency, sublime. Our fathers, being weary, laid down on Bunker Hill, and though full many a morning, yet they are sleeping still. The trumpets, sir, shall wake them. In streams I see them rise, each with a solemn musket, a-marching to the skies. A coward will remain, sir, until the fight is done, but an immortal hero will take his hat and run. Goodbye, sir, I am going. My country calleth me. Allow me, sir, at parting, to wipe my weeping eye, in token of our friendship, accept this bonny dune. And when the hand that plucked it hath passed beyond the moon, the memory of my ashes will consolation be. Then farewell, Tuscarora, and farewell, sir, to thee. Daniel, what's going on? How you doing? I am from Mississippi originally. What about you? But yes, that I am American. I am an American. So if you're listening, I'm always interested in where you're from as well. I know we had someone in here from Turkey earlier. So yeah, let me know where you're from. So this is Emily Dickinson. She's a kind of a famous American author that got famous after she died around 1890 or so, a few years after she died. Most of her stuff is real short and sweet and to the point. I'm from Daniel, Ukraine. Very cool, very cool. Good to have you. American stationed in Germany. Are you Army or Air Force or what? Can show me for a second how fast you can read? I'm not a very fast reader. Certainly not out loud. That would kind of take the fun out of it. Excuse me. Oh, Air Force, very cool. My grandpa was stationed at Ramstein for a little while. Hello from Liverpool. Welcome. Thank you for sharing this beautiful poem and art with us. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you enjoy it. All right. So here's one. On this wondrous sea, sailing silently, ho, pilot, ho, knowest thou the shore where no breakers roar, where the storm is o'er? In the peaceful west, many the sails at rest, thither I pilot thee. Land, ho, eternity, ashore at last. I am married, so thank you but I appreciate the offer, or the looking out anyway. If you're going to do it fast, it needs to come at the end of a commercial, right? So I'm a voice actor. So this is what I do for fun, read poetry. It helps me practice, helps me work on my voice. But on scripts, a lot of the time you have a disclaimer or something at the end of the script. So it'll say, like, the side effects of some sort of pill. Maybe you're taking some kind of medicine, and it'll say, oh, this is the best thing you could ever take for seasonal allergies. And then at the end, it's like, do not take it for pregnant or nursing. You could blah, 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 blah. And it'll give you all these horrible side effects, explosive diarrhea, and this. But they do it really fast. So legally, they told you, but you didn't even understand it. But Emily Dickinson is not for reading fast. Emily Dickinson and most poetry is made to go slow and enjoy. All right, so here is, I have a bird in spring, which for myself doth sing. The spring decoys, as the summer nears, and as the rose appears, robin is gone. Yet do I not repine, knowing that bird of mine, though flown, learneth beyond the sea, melody new for me, and will return. Fast in safer hand, held in a truer land are mine, and though they now depart, tell my doubting heart they're mine. In a serener bright, in a more golden light, I see each little doubt and fear, each little discord here removed. Then will I not repine, knowing that bird of mine, though flown, shall in distant tree, bright melody for me, return. Have you done any movie yet? I have done some small ones, like short films, and then I've been in the extras background acting in some shows and some movies too. But I like voice acting because I don't have to travel. I can just stay here at my studio. But I do enjoy it though. It's fun. Oh, if remembering were forgetting, then I remember not. And if forgetting recollecting, how near I had forgot. And if to miss were merry, and to mourn were gay, how very blithe the maiden who gathered these today. Nobody knows this little rose, it might a pilgrim be. Did I not take it from the ways and lift it up to thee? Only a bee will miss it, only a butterfly, hastening from far journey, oh, its breast to lie, on its breast to lie. Only a bird will wonder, only a breeze will sigh. Ah, little rose, how easy for such as thee to die. Daniel, I've been in NCIS New Orleans. That's a TV show here in the U.S. And then I've been on, there's a movie called Den of Thieves with Gerard Butler and who was the other guy? 50 Cent and Pablo something. Pablo Schreiber, I think. And then one called MVP. I mean, nothing real big, but I've been in a few things. Okay. The feet of the people walking home with gayer sandals go. The crocus till she rises, the vassal of the snow. The lips at hallelujah, long years of practice bore, till by and by these bargemen walked, singing on the shore. Pearls are the diver's farthings, extorted form the sea, pinions the seraph's wagon, pedestrian once as we. Night is the morning's canvas, larceny, legacy, death, but our rapt attention to immortality. My figures fail to tell me how far the village lies, whose peasants are the angels, whose cantons dot the skies. My classics veil their faces, my faith that dark adores, which from its solemn abbeys such resurrection pours. Any tips to improve my voice? I think my voice sucks. Well, I would say don't think it sucks, right? If you believe that, then I think you will continue. You'll have these self-fulfilling prophecies, and you'll continue to use it in the wrong way. So when I was younger, I didn't like the sound of my voice, and it was because I kind of talked like kind of nasally like this through my nose, and that nobody wants to hear that. So just make sure to improve your voice, one thing is to hum, so you can like like that, where you're holding a note. You could be some traditional old tune or hymn, older stuff, not like pop songs that change notes a lot, but where you hold a note for a moment, like you're doing scales. That's good because that warms up your vocal cords. It relaxes them. And then another thing is to just practice speaking or reading. You could read out loud. Reading out loud is good. I'm literally practicing right now. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to improve your voice. And one is to make sure you're breathing properly, so you have the maximum amount of resonance, as opposed to like talking out of your nose or the back of your throat, like I used to do, which is hard to listen to. So yeah, good luck with that. All right, this one is called, oh wait, Pearls are the diver's farthing. Oh, no, I just read that one. If whose I loved were lost, the crier's voice would tell me. If those I loved were found, the bells of Ghent would ring. Did those I love repose, the daisy would impel me. Philip, when bewildered, bore his riddle in. You're very welcome, Daniel, and I appreciate that. But yeah, just use your voice a lot, and also find things that help you to emote different emotions. So you might read something that is very exciting, a lot of tension. Then you have people that maybe, okay, well, this is very sad. So I'm trying to be reflective and remember somebody, honor somebody, that kind of thing. That'll help. So just try different emotions, and then reading something or speaking something in a different emotion. That'll help your vocal development. Juniper, what's going on? Good to see you. Isabella, I'm only here for the something. Life underwater. What do you do? I'm a voice actor and voice actor coach. So I'm giving Daniel some advice that I give to my students. You know what I mean? Relax, be yourself. That's the main thing. Now, you obviously, part of voice acting is developing characters and doing other voices and accents, and that's great. But you want to use your voice by itself the best, and then you can apply that to any other character that you do. Like sci-fi, yeah, exactly. You could do sci-fi, you could read poetry, read fantasy, like knights in armor, that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. Hey, Isabella, okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tinging. Good morning to you. Where are you from, Tinging? We're just reading some poetry, hanging out, talking about voice acting. Frequently, the woods are pink. Frequently, are brown. Frequently, the hills undress behind my native town. Oft a head is crested, I was wont to see, and as oft a cranny where it used to be. And the earth, they tell me, on its axis turned. Wonderful rotation, but by but 12 performed. Hamza? What's going on? Good to see you. I am from Mississippi in the United States. India, very cool. Welcome. I am not very good at impressions. What I do is I do bad impressions, and then that still makes a good character. You know what I mean? France, very cool. Welcome over in France. So if I want to do a character like let's say Gandalf, I'll pretend, I'll think to try to be him. I might not sound like him, but in the book that I'm reading or whatever I'm doing, it'll be a good thing, because he sort of has a "you shall not pass" Gandalf. So that might not sound like Ian McKellen exactly, but that would be a good, wizard or something, some kind of a guy in a cartoon or something. From Pakistan, very cool. We lose because we win. Gamblers, recollecting which, toss their dice again. That's interesting. taken from men this morning, carried by men today, met by the gods with banners who marshaled her away. One little maid from playmates, one little mind from school. There must be guests in Eden, all the rooms are full. Far as the east from Eden, dim as the border star, courtiers quaint in kingdoms our departed are. Sir, you didn't reply. I didn't know you asked me a question. I saw that you were from Pakistan, and I did reply to that. That's great. That's good. Um, let's see. Oh, I see what you mean. Can I work business, mean business? I don't work in sports equipment, so yeah, I don't know. But best of luck. I mean, I'm sure someone would love to work with you for sure. But that's not my sort of area of expertise. If I should die, and you should live, and time should gurgle on, and morn should beam, and noon should burn, as it has usually done, if birds should build as early, and bees as bustling go, one might depart at option from enterprise below. 'Tis so sweet to know that stocks will stand when we with daisies lie, that commerce will continue, and trades as briskly fly. It makes the parting tranquil and keeps the soul serene, that gentlemen so sprightly conduct the pleasing scene. I haven't told my garden yet, lest that should conquer me. I haven't quite the strength now to break it to the bee. I will not name it in the street, for shops would stare at me. That one so shy, so ignorant, should have the face to die. The hillsides must not know it, where I have rambled so, nor tell the loving forests the day that I should go. No lisp is at the table, nor heedless by the way, hint that within the riddle one will walk today. Yes, it's very nice to meet an Indian friend. No, I don't have any handwriting samples with me here. I often passed the village when going home from school and wondered what they did there and why it was so still. I did not know the year then in which my call would come, earlier by the dial than the rest have gone. It's stiller than the sundown, it's cooler than the dawn. The daisies dare to come here, and birds can flutter down. So when you're tired or perplexed or cold, trust the loving promise underneath the mold. Cry, it's I, take Dolly, and I will enfold. I counted till they danced so their slippers leaped the town. And then I took a pencil to note the rebels down. And then they grew so jolly, I did resign the prig, and 10 of my once stately toes are marshaled for a jig. Whose cheek is this? What rosy face has lost a blush today? I found her pleiad in the woods and bore her safe away. Robins in the tradition did cover such with leaves, but which the cheek of which they pall, my scrutiny deceives. It did not surprise me, so I said, or thought, still will stir her pinions, and the nest forgot. Traverse broader forests, build in gayer boughs, breathe in ear more modern, God's old-fashioned vows. This was not but a birdling, and what if it to be one within my bosom had departed me? This was but a story, What, and if indeed there were just such coffin in the heart instead? So if you like poetry, I hope that you'll subscribe and like this live. And on my channel, I have a lot of classic audiobooks. No AI voices. It's me or me and my friends. Sleep podcast episodes, a lot of poetry readings, that kind of thing. So if you like this kind of thing, I hope that you'll subscribe. That way we can hang out more often. Bless God, he went as soldiers, his musket on his breast. Grant, God, he charged the bravest of all the marital blessed. Please, God, might I behold him in epauletted white. I should not fear the foe then. I should not fear the fight. Not cool, Nancy. No, I am not a communist. To venerate the simple days which lead the seasons by needs but to remember that from you or I they may take the trifle termed mortality. I robbed the woods, the trusting woods, the unsuspecting trees brought out their burrs and mosses, my fantasy to please. I scanned their trinkets curious, I grasped, I bore away. What will the solemn hemlock, what will the oak tree say? A day, help, help another day. Your prayers, O passerby, from such a common ball as this might date a victory. From marshallings as simple, the flags of nations swang. Steady, my soul, what issues upon thine arrow hang? If she had been the mistletoe, and I had been the rose, how gay upon your table my velvet life to close. Since I am of the druid, and she is of the dew, I'll deck tradition's buttonhole and send the rose to you. There's something quieter than sleep within this inner room. It wears a sprig upon its breast and will not tell its name. Some touch it and some kiss it. Some chafe its idle hand. It has a simple gravity I do not understand. I would not weep if I were they. How rude in one to sob might scare the quiet fairy back to her native wood. While simple-hearted neighbors chat of the early dead, we, prone to periphrasis, remark, the birds have fled. Heart, we will forget him, you and I, tonight. You may forget the warmth he gave. I will forget the light. When you have done, pray tell that I may straight begin. Haste, lest while you're lagging, I remember him. So bashful when I spied her, so pretty, so ashamed, so hidden in her leaflets, lest anybody find. So breathless till I passed her, so helpless when I turned, and bore her struggling, blushing, her simple haunts beyond. For whom I robbed the dingle, for whom betrayed the bell, many will doubtless ask me, but I shall never tell. Kish, I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I'm sorry, but thank you for joining, and hello to you as well. Angels in the early morning may be seen the dews among, stooping, plucking, smiling, flying. Do the buds to them belong? Angels when the sun is hottest may be seen the sands among, Snooping, plucking, sighing, flying, parched the flowers they bear along. The rainbow never tells me that gust and storms are by. Yet is she more convincing than philosophy. My flowers turn from forums, yet eloquent declare what Cato couldn't prove me except the birds were there. Excuse me. New feet within my garden go. New fingers stir the sod. A troubadour upon the elm betrays that solitude. New children play upon the green. New weary sleep below. And still the pensive spring returns, and still the punctual snow. Not in its entirety. I have not read that in its entirety. I've read passages. For every bird a nest, wherefore in timid quest some little wren goes seeking round. Wherefore when boughs are free, households in every tree, pilgrim be found. Perhaps a home too high, aristocracy, the little wren desires. Perhaps of twig so fine, of twine in superfine, her pride aspires. The lark is not ashamed to build upon the ground her modest house. Yet who of all the throng dancing around the sun does so rejoice? Soul, wilt thou toss again? By just such a hazard, hundreds have lost indeed, but tens have won in all. Angel's breathless ballot lingers to record thee. Imps in eager caucus raffle for my soul. No, my dear, I shan't pronounce it. Water is taught by thirst. Land by the oceans past, transport by throe, peace by its battles told, love by memorial mold, birds by the snow. I have never been to India, but I would like to go. There are several places that I would like to see. I really like historical sites. And then I have a good friend that lives in Goa, down on the coast. And so, yeah, I would like to go, but I have never had the chance. Good night, because we must. How intricate the dust. I would go to know. Oh, incognito. Saucy, saucy seraph, to elude me so. Father, they won't tell me. Won't you tell them too? Varanasi? Rohan, I don't know what you're saying. You have not made any sense. All of your comments, I don't know what you're saying. So I'm not offended, but I am confused. Varanasi, best tourist palace. Okay. Thank you. I need to see that. I like historical stuff. Okay. Banaras. South winds jostle them. Bumblebees come. Hover, hesitate, drink, and they are gone. Butterflies pause on their passage, cashmere. I, softly plucking, present them here. Siddharth Rai? Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you've run into some good ones. We have bad ones too, but I'm glad you've had good good experiences. Where are you from? Rohan. Okay, well, thank you for trying to help. I must have missed the comment. I didn't see. What inn is this, where for the night peculiar traveler comes? Who is the landlord? Where the maids? Behold, what curious rooms! No ruddy fires on the hearth, no brimming tankards flow. Necromancer, landlord, who are these below? The Yes, well, I definitely hope to come to India someday. That would be really cool. I'm from Asian world. Okay, very cool. I like your B-2 bomber. Yes. Oh, that's a good one. You know, my neighbor, and he lives about a mile away from me. He's retired from the military, but he used to be a pilot for B-2 bomber. So yes, I'm familiar. I've actually been inside of one. I've got to go into the cockpit of a B-2. They have some secret stuff that they can't. It doesn't just sit in the plane. As soon as they land, they take it out and like hide it away. But so I didn't see that stuff. But I did get into the thing. Rohan, I'm not saying that because I don't know. There's always people trying to trick you and say filthy things. So I'm not going to say it. So you can keep typing it if you like, but I'm not going to say it. Hi, what has happened to you if you visited Iraq and walking in the streets? Well, I did visit Iraq and walk in the streets, and most people are pretty nice that I ran into, thankfully. But I did have a lot of friends get killed in other parts, so kind of depends on where you are and what you're doing. My friend attacks my friend. Oh, battle picturesque. Then I turn soldier too, and he turns satirist. How martial is this place? How had I a mighty gun, I think I'd shoot the human race and then to glory run. Hi from Jamaica. Very cool. Well, hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well. That's another country I haven't been to, and I would like to go. Would like to visit down there sometime. So this is Emily Dickinson poetry, classic American poetry from the late 19th century. Success is counted sweetest by those who ne'er succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory. As he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph break, agonized and clear. Are you doing well? Well, I'm very glad to hear it. Yeah, absolutely. Most welcome. And I'm glad you like poetry. That is super cool. My profession is I'm a voice actor. So I do audiobooks. I do a lot of stuff for other, audiobooks, commercials, video games, that kind of thing. And then for my YouTube, I'll do like classic books and then put them on my YouTube. So if you like reading aloud, if you like audiobooks, definitely subscribe to the channel. I have lots of audiobooks that I'm always adding to. And then I do a lot of poetry readings, and I do lives almost every day lately anyway. Yes, I would like that as well. I would like us all to be friends too. I've got friends in Iraq. I have good friends. Egypt. I have good friends. I met good people in Kuwait. I know people in Saudi Arabia, Jordan. Yeah. So, yes, I would like that as well. Who never lost are unprepared, a coronet to find. Who never thirsted, flagons and cooling tamarind. Who never climbed the weary league, can such a foot explore the purple territories on Pizarro's shore. Excuse me. How many legions overcome, the emperor will say? How many colors taken on Revolution Day? How many bullets hearest? How many bullets bearest? Hast thou the royal scar? Angels, right promoted on this soldier's brow. That's good, I like that one. Houses, so the wise men tell me, mansions must be warm. Mansions cannot let the tears in. Mansions must exclude the storm. Many mansions by his father. I don't know him. Snugly built. Could the children find the way there, some would even trudge tonight. Audiobooks, yeah, they're a good way of getting information, whether you're doing it for entertainment or trying to learn something or whatever. Audiobooks are great. And a lot of people do AI voices, and I don't do those. I only do either my voice or the voice of voice actor friends. Have you ever done voice dubbing in Deadpool movie? I have not. I have not done that one. Raphael Lepar. You're a poet? Is that what you're saying? Goodbye, it's useless to help because people think it to be a tricky play. Yeah, you just can't trust anybody on the internet, you know what I mean? But if you're sincerely trying to help, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. How many voice dubbing? I don't really do voice dubbing very much. Usually, that is usually you dub when it's a animation that's going into another language. So if I had an Indian animated series, or let's say an animated series that was in Germany or China, and then we were going to make, or maybe anime from Japan, if we were going to make an American version, then you would do the dubbing. So that's what dubbing is. But for other things, then that's you don't really dub. That's just the voice for that thing. But yeah, I do a lot of voices. A lot of them are in my audiobooks. I don't trust strangers in my lives. I know that. Now, if we get to know each other, then maybe. But yeah, there's you just kind of have to do this to know what I'm talking about. I write a lot and post IG. Very cool. I'm gonna write your name down and I'm gonna look you up. Raphael. Is it Raphael Lee? Lee, what was it? Raphael. That's really cool. This one is a science, so the savants say, comparative anatomy, by which a single bone is made a secret to unfold of some rare tenant of the mold, else perished in the stone. So to the eye perspective led, this meekest flower of the mead upon a winter's day stands representative in gold of rose and lily manifold and countless butterfly. 'Twas such a little boat that toddled down the bay. 'Twas such a gallant sea that beckoned it away. 'Twas such a greedy wave that licked it from the coast, nor ever guessed the stately sails my little craft was lost. Voice of Mr. I'm not sure who Slyster or Arnold is. I'm not sure who those are. My non-poetry stuff is I don't do voice acting stuff on here like goofing off. I do on my YouTube channel or my Instagram or TikTok. But here I just read poetry. I like to talk. I don't really perform on here besides just reading. Where I have lost, I softer tread. I sow sweet flower from garden bed. I pause above that vanished head and mourn. Whom I have lost, I pious guard from accent harsh or ruthless word, feeling as if their pillow heard, though stone. When I have lost, you'll know by this, a bonnet black, a dust surplice, a little trimmer in my voice, like this. Why I have lost, the people know, who dressed in flocks of purest snow went home a century ago, next bliss. Raphael, absolutely. The daisy follows soft the sun, and when his golden walk is done, sits shyly at his feet. He walking finds the flower near, wherefore, marauder, art thou here? Because, sir, love is sweet. We are the flower, thou the sun. Forgive us if, as days decline, we nearer steal to thee, enamored of the parting west, the peace, the flight, the amethyst, night's possibility. A fuzzy fellow without feet, yet doth exceeding run. Of velvet is his countenance, and his complexion dun. Sometime he dwelleth in the grass, sometime upon a bough, from which he doth descend in plush upon the passer-by. All this in summer, and when the winds alarm the forest folk, he taketh damask residence, and struts in sewing silk. Then, finer than a lady, emerges in the spring, a feather on each shoulder, you'd scarce recognize him. Yet men clept caterpillar by me, but who am I to tell the pretty secret of the butterfly? A wounded deer leaps highest, I've heard the hunter tell. 'Tis but the ecstasy of death, and then the break is still. The smitten rock that gushes, the trampled steel that springs, a cheek is always redder, just where the hectic stings. Mirth is the mail of anguish, in which it cautions arm, lest anybody spy the blood, and you're hurt, exclaim. That's unfortunate, Raphael. Kata, something, Rahil? Story time, that's right. Reading some poetry. The rose did caper on her cheek, her bodice rose and fell. Her pretty speech, like drunken men, did stagger, pitiful. Her fingers fumbled at her work, her needle would not go. What ailed so smart a little maid, it puzzled me to know. Till opposite I spied a cheek that bore another rose, just opposite another speech that like the drunkard goes. A vest like that her bodice danced to the immortal tune, till those two troubled little clocks ticked softly into one. Oh. Come slowly, Eden, lips unused to thee, bashful sip they jessamines as the fainting bee. Reaching late his flower, round her chamber hums, count his nectars, enters, and is lost in balms. My river runs to thee. Blue sea, wilt welcome me? My river waits reply. O sea, look graciously. I'll fetch thee brooks from spotted nooks. Say, sea, take me. A slash of blue, a sweep of gray, some scarlet patches on the way compose an evening sky. A little purple slipped between, some ruby trousers hurried on. A wave of gold, a bank of day. This just makes out the morning sky. Turkey, what's up? I've been to Turkey. I've been to southern Turkey, actually. That's one country that I have been to. Make me a picture of the sun so I can hang it in my room and make believe I'm getting warm when others call it day. Draw me a robin on a stem, so I am hearing him, I'll dream, and when the orchards stop their tune, put my pretense away. Say if it's really warm at noon, whether it's buttercups that skim or butterflies that bloom. Then skip the frost upon the lea and skip the russet on the tree. Let's play those never come. Wild nights, wild nights. Wish were I with thee, wild nights should be our luxury. Futile, the winds, to a heart in port, done with a compass, done with the chart, rowing in Eden, ah, the sea, might I but moor tonight in thee. Of all the souls that stand create, I have elected one. When sense from spirit files away, and subterfuge is done, when that which is and that which was apart intrinsic stand, and this brief drama in the flesh is shifted like a sand, when figures show their royal front and mists are carved away. Behold the atom I preferred to all the lists of clay. Where ships of purple gently toss on seas of daffodil, fantastic sailors mingle, and then the wharf is still. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. and sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. If your nerve deny you, go above your nerve. He can lean against the grave if he fear to swerve. That's a steady posture, never any bend held of those brass arms, best giant made. If your soul seesaw lift the flesh door, the poltroon wants oxygen, nothing more. All right, well, I'm going to stop right there. I appreciate you watching, whether you're live or catching the replay. Make sure you hit the like button if you didn't mind, and subscribe. We can do this again sometime. I go live just about every day, and then I have lots of audiobooks. I have lots of sleep podcasts and literature-themed content on my channel. So if you like classic literature, definitely subscribe and like the video. So have a good one, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.